When you install Cindy for the first time in your company, the first thing that you do is to set up the company profile. Now, this is the company profile of Sample Financial Company. So you give the name of the company and the address and city, state, telephone number, fax, email, and the contact information. Now, since this is a mortgage company, so you have got a broker license number, administrator's license number, account number. These are all user-defined fields, and if you want, you can fill them and use them for your own purpose. Otherwise, leave them blank. Let's go to the options. Cindy can display pop-up reminder. Pop-up reminders are basically the reminders that you set up for different things. For example, some key functions, just like Microsoft Outlook. And when you set up a reminder, you just you give the date and the time when it starts popping up, and then you give the interval that the pop-up reminders you want to be displayed every 5 minutes. And if you don't want any pop-up reminders, you can simply just get rid of it. Otherwise, you can leave it there, and you can say, well, you want every 60 minutes. Exclude first day from the interest calculation. Now, in some companies, when they give the loan, they want to include the day on which the loan is being advanced in interest calculation. Some other companies, they would start the interest on the next day. So depending on that, you can set it up. Do you have web interface to Cindy? This one is not available right now. It's for future use. Use last name first for the borrowers. Some people want to list the borrower name as last name, comma, first name on the report, so that's what it is for. Enforce user security. There are some customers who have a large number of cashiers who receive cash. And so when the cash is coming from customers on a daily basis, they want to set up batches. So every user has got own batch, and they would enter the receipts there so that they can have better control. And if that is the case, then you can just click it. Otherwise, you can leave it there. Do you want to use an audit trail? Cindy has a companion product called Cindy Audit Trail, and if you want to track as to which user did what when, then you can use that package. So Sample Financial Company is not using Audit Trail. Company bank, you can leave this information blank for the time being, and then later on when you have set up your banks, you can fill it up. Okay, email. Do you use Cindy to send emails? Yes or no? And if it is yes, then you indicate whether you are using Microsoft Outlook or you have your own SMTP outgoing mail server, in which case you will enter the details here. Investors. Now, this is for syndicated loans when you have got a group of investors who are contributing to the loan, but Sample Financial Company does not. And we will be dealing with investors in separate tutorials when we go to syndicated loans. Okay, integration. Are you using Cindy as a standalone package, or is it interfaced with Simply Accounting or Sage 300 ERP, so that all the journal entries that are created by Cindy are transferred to those packages? In this case, Sample Financial Company uses it on a standalone basis. These are the default descriptions that Cindy puts on various transactions. For example, when you advance a new loan, it says new loan advance. If you want to change the wording, you can change it. When you pay the money to the borrower, then it says payment to the borrower. But you can change these descriptions. Loan ID. Let Cindy generate loan ID for new loans. Now, if you are going to come up with a loan ID based on the criteria, then you can do that. As we said, these are mortgages, but say for example, you are managing employee loans and you want to establish which employees have been given those loans, from which divisions, from which departments, or what type of loans are they. So you can click it here, yes. And if you do that, then how many segments will there be in the loan ID? For example, you want to use the first segment and you want to say division. Okay, and it is going to be 3 characters in size, and the type will be either you can enter it or it should come from a table, in which case you will have to set up the table. And then you will have the second segment, which will be, for example, department, and say this will also be 3 characters, and this will also come from a table. So you'll set up a department table. Segment 3 will be loan number, and this will be 4 characters, and this will be sequential number. So it will be set it up as 0001, 0002, and so on and so forth. And you want the segment separator as a hyphen, so that you will have 3 characters, hyphen, 3 characters, and then the hyphen, and then 4 characters. So now let us save it. Okay, if you save it, then whenever you make changes to the company profile, it will be effective only when you exit Cindy and return to it and rerun it. The program will now terminate, so that you'll have to rerun Cindy. Okay, so it's gone, and let us run it again and log in, and let us go to the company profile, and let me go to this loan ID. And now you can see that it is giving you 3 segments, and it says it wants to update the division table and the department table. So let's say the division table. We will have a division called East Division, and EAS, and that will be Eastern Division, and let us add that. And then we will have Western Division. So here you can say WE Western Division, add. Then we will have Northern Division, and you can call it Northern Division. And then we will have Southern Division, and you can call it Southern Division. So we have set up the divisions. Now we are going to set up the department. Okay, so the departments will be ACC for accounting, add. Then you will have MKT for marketing, and then you will have OPR for operations, and finally you will have SAL for sales, and you add it. Okay, now let's get out of that. We have set up the company profile. Now before we proceed, let us see what the ramification will be. So what I'm going to do is to come and bring up a loan. Now previously what we were doing was that when we were setting up a new loan, we were simply just typing the loan ID. We made it up and we were typing it. But now it won't allow it. For example, what is going to happen is that if you say new, then it will give you this little screen, division, department, loan number, and it will form the loan ID. What are the division? What are the divisions? Say for example, we choose Northern Division. Which department? I want marketing department. And so see, it has set up the loan ID as NOR MKT 0001. And if you do that, then this is what it has put. So it has, Cindy has assigned the loan ID. Now we don't really want to do that. So what we are going to do will be come out, and we say no, we don't want to add it. And I'll go back to the company profile here, and I'll go back to loan ID and say no, we don't want it. So you save it. And remember, whenever you make any changes to company profile and save it, it gets out of Cindy, so that you have to run Cindy again. So this is all about setting up the company profile.